What's up, everyone? It's Diecastbuffet here again. Guys, we have the first 2025 Brad Keselowski diecast release. This is the BuildSubmarines.com Ford Mustang. And yes, it has that beautiful chrome numbers on the side. Let's go ahead and check it out. And here we go, folks. Diecast in hand. And what a awesome looking paint scheme here in the studio. Always liked the Build Submarines cars. You know, Ryan Preece has ran this paint scheme. Of course, Chris Buescher as well. And it's just, what a cool looking livery here. The official name right there, BuildSubmarines.com. And this is what, the third year in a row I think they have been a sponsor with RFK. Maybe the fourth year. Wait, 2023 I think was the first year. Could be tripping on that. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get the diecast out of the box and take a closer look. Here we go, folks. Got the diecast out of the box, and just look at that chrome number, man. Wow, what a beautiful looking paint scheme here. And you might be wondering, okay, well, didn't this car come out in 2024? Yes, it did, but it was not a Gold Series diecast. It was exclusive to the Authentics line, which means that the foil number, the chrome number, if you will, was not produced on it. So technically, if you're a 2024 collector, I don't know how different the paint scheme is in terms of the little small details, but this might be almost a placeholder, if you will. One of my favorite things about the BuildSubmarines.com paint schemes is the little sonar thing here. It's just so cool. And when they did the NASCAR Authentics packaging for the 2024 Brad Keselowski, they actually put this into the background of the card back. It was so amazing. You can check out my diecast review on that if you'd like. And it was just really creative. Love that. Got BuildSubmarines.com right there. BuildSubmarines.com. And you guessed it. And you guessed it again. 4 logos on the hood, just in case you didn't know it was a BuildSubs.com Ford. Got the Ford logo there. Got the Mustang pony. Got the number 6 with the, is it teal? It's like a, yeah, it's like a teal color, maybe aquamarine, teal. I don't know. It might vary because of the camera lens. It can pick up colors a little bit differently, but from the naked eye, it's definitely a greenish blue color. But I like that on the bottom lip underneath the headlights. Very, very sharp. Got RFK with the Sunoco decals on both sides. Of course, pick this one up from our good friends over there at Circle B Diecast. Make sure to tap in, fellas. Pick up yours today. Again, the 2024 edition did not get made in the Gold Series. So, technically, this is the first edition of this car. Not in the, of course, outside of the NASCAR Authentics line. I hope the Ryan Preece and the Chris Buescher editions of this car get produced as well. And speaking of Ryan Preece, you ain't going to believe this. They already have a 2026 diecast pre-order. I'm not even joking you. The Ryan Preece, I forget the sponsor. It's one of his random sponsors he had in 2025. They're offering his 2026 car already right now. You can pre-order that at Circle B. Make sure to go ahead and tap in. Crazy, crazy stuff. That in, I don't know, the first or second week of August, there's already 2026 diecasts. So that has a chance, if it doesn't get DMP'd, to be the first car of next year. Got Goodyear there, Cup Series, number 6. I love this detail as well, the signature RFK stripes, which they run on all their paint schemes. But if you look right there, you see the little sonar thing. That is so cool how they actually put that into the paint scheme, man. That is so cool. Got BuildSubmarines.com there. Notice the American Ethanol ring. It took a vacation. Got the Kroger decal there, which one of my favorite sponsors, honestly, in the sport. If it wasn't for Kroger, you wouldn't get nowhere near as many paint schemes throughout the last 15 years of NASCAR history. I mean, you think about all the JTG Doherty racing cars, they were just beautiful. That's because the way Kroger does their sponsorship is similar to Menards, where like they work with the brands, and I think it's something to do if they buy enough shelf space, or they do something within the Kroger stores, and then they reward them by putting them on the car that they're sponsoring. So it's a great program. And like the Cinnamon Toast Crunch car, that car is going to be one of the hottest diecasts of 2025. That would never have happened if it wasn't for Kroger. So massive W. Got Brad Keselowski on the name rail. Got Ford. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. I can't even read the B post decal. I see Castrol there. I'm not sure what the second and third sponsor and the fourth sponsor is. I have no idea. Got Solomon Plumbing right there in the bottom right corner. With the back panel, the diecast. Once again, BuildSubs.com. Got the number 6 of the Ford, and a subtle detail with that RFK stripe as it goes through the rear fender well, wraps around the back tailpiece. You have Consumer Cellular, and then of course the number 6 there got Ford. To the right side of the diecast, just what a cool looking paint scheme, man. And hopefully it finds victory lane with Brad Keselowski one of these days. That'd be great. They won the Watkins Glen race in 2024 with Chris Buescher, so it has visited victory lane, fortunately. At the top of the diecast, you have a completely different color palette for the number 6 because the outside of it, well, is that tealish blue color. It's, well, you guessed it, once again, buildsubs.com. I mean, literally, how many Build Subs logos do we have on this car? I mean, it it reminds me of the Fastenal 2023 Chris Buescher car. I think it was like 9 different, or maybe 10, I don't know, Fastenal decals on it. It was crazy. Got Keselowski there, and then Blue Forge Alliance. So I talked about, you know, the Kroger sponsorship with you know, Roush nowadays. I really wish they would make all the diecasts for the Kroger cars, but that's just way too much wishful thinking. They'll probably only make a handful of them. I want to say the Brad K Kroger car, is it Brad K or Ryan Preece? I forget, but it's one of those, and it's the it's either Kleenex or Kroger. I don't know. It's like one of their earlier sponsored cars. Anyways, that diecast is going to get made. The Cinnamon Toast Crunch car is like 99.9% going to get made. There's probably going to be a couple others, but they sponsor one of the 3 full-time Roush cars every week. So in theory, that's like 36 different paint schemes. That means like 30 of them are not going to get made, most likely. So I really wish that was not the case. But regardless, what an awesome diecast here. Thank y'all so much for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Try to remember if there any other Brad Keselowski cars coming out soon. Because I do remember seeing the Kroger Cottonelle or Kleenex. It was one of those. It was a blue Kroger sponsored car. That diecast there. I imagine one of the Castrol cars for Brad K. I don't think they got DMP. Could be tripping on that. So hopefully there'll be some more Brad K cars coming out soon. I mean, how many years does Brad Keselowski have in the sport? I have no idea. Hopefully he sticks around for much longer, because it's so cool that he's a driver and a owner, right? Like, that is such a cool dynamic with NASCAR. We've seen that throughout the history of the sport, and it's just really cool. You know, Tony Stewart did it, of course, you know, Earnhardt, and then, you know, nowadays we have Hamlin and Brad K. It's just a really cool dynamic. So that's all for now, fellas. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to end the video on this. I'm going to show one more diecast if I can find it. No, I didn't find it, but I found these. You could look at those if you want. I'm trying to find this diecast. There it is. We're going to end the video on a Casey Kane diecast, because why not? One of the coolest cars of 2025. That's all for now. Like, comment, and subscribe. Diecastbuffet signing off.